She was named Best New Artist at the Grammys a few years ago. Her chart-topping music has led to millions of streams and fans all over the world. Now she has 2 new singles out and a 3rd album on the way. Please welcome Alessia Cara. Hi, Alessia.
Hi, how are you?
Doing fantastic. Congratulations on all your success. I know that I mentioned Best New Artist. You performed on Saturday Night Live. You have come a long way from making the viral videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long time. It feels strange that it's been so long. Time goes by super fast. But yeah, I'm very lucky to have gone so far since then.
Yeah, so how did you get started in music? Was this something that runs in the family? Did you just start wanting to make some videos?
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved music. I mean, it wasn't something that was in my immediate family's household too much. I mean, there were tons of music fans in my family, of course, but my parents, never sang or played any instruments. I think it was something I just naturally picked up on my own. I mean, my grandfather plays the accordion, a couple of my cousins play in bands and stuff, so it was kind of sprinkled throughout my family, but it was just always something I enjoyed doing. So it kind of just happened. I don't know. I just started posting videos for fun, and I, got discovered by some great people who have, changed my life in many ways. So I'm very lucky to have been found by them.
Yeah, I was looking at some of your music on Spotify today. You have almost 1 billion streams on more than one song. I mean, when you start seeing those numbers rack up, that has to be the most exciting feeling.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's so crazy. I think, through doing concerts and shows and stuff, I've really had the chance to see what even like 50,000 people looks like in a room, which looks like an insane amount of people, like an unimaginable amount of people. So putting that into perspective, 1 billion people is like, I can't even wrap my brain around how many people that is. It's very crazy.
It is very crazy. And the thing that I like about your music is you put true meaning behind it. I know you have 2 singles out. They both have strong messages behind it and stuff where you share sort of your personal struggles. Do you want to tell us about those?
For sure, yeah. So, I mean, when listening to the whole album, I realized there was kind of 2 running themes, or 2 sort of stories that were happening simultaneously, or I guess one after the other. The first one being a lot of my struggles with mental health in the last year, and emotional things that I was hashing out and sort of dealing with and had to heal from, essentially. So the first song that ties in with that is a song called Sweet Dream. And that's about, my insomnia and specifically just like the trouble sleeping that I've had to deal with my whole life pretty much, but more specifically in the last year, I just did not get any rest. And so this song is just, recounting this one night of delirium and frustration and stress about not being able to sleep at night, which, I mean, it's kind of wrapped in humor, but it was like a pretty serious thing that I was dealing with that I feel like a lot of us deal with for
right.
sure.
The pandemic has been so difficult. Are you doing better now?
Yes, yeah. Not exactly where I want to be yet, but a lot better. I've done, tons of therapy, a lot of different techniques to try to help me out. So yeah, these last couple of months have been very helpful. So I'm getting more sleep than usual. Not as much as I'd like to be getting, but more than before, which is a plus.
That's good. I have read, and I'm not making this up, that people that have very high IQs have difficult sleeping at night. So there you go. That's the plus side to that.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'll take it.
That's what I go with when I can't sleep. I tell people that. Also, Shapeshifter, tell us about this new single.
Yeah, so Shapeshifter is the yang to Sweet Dream's yin. Like I said, there's 2 kind of storylines that were happening throughout the process of this album. So Shapeshifter really touches on the more confident side of things, the sassier side to this album. I think through that healing and all of those hardships, I kind of developed in many ways as a woman and in my confidence. And so this song is a representation of that. It's just about a situation that happened to me where I felt like I didn't really say all the things I wanted to say to this person who hurt my feelings. And so I stepped into this character and into like this fake it till you make it mentality. And I, was able to say all these things I wanted to say in a confident way through this imaginary character. So I feel like that represents the second half of this album, where I developed a confidence and a lightness in my writing and just as a person.
Right. Obviously, it's resonating with young people, your messages. Do you feel a responsibility to be vulnerable and to show, other people, your peers, sort of the real things that you're going through? Because mental health in particular is not something that was written about or talked about a lot when I was growing up. It seems like it's come a long way.
Definitely, yes. I think, for many years it was extremely stigmatized. And I mean, I grew up in an Italian culture, which is, very behind and very traditional. And I think a lot of cultural families, don't really speak a lot about mental health. And so I'm, just learning about certain things and just being able to come out and talk about them because it wasn't always something that I was educated on or that the people around me were necessarily educated on. So I think it's important to be as open as possible and to not shy away from these conversations because there's nothing wrong with being open. We all have feelings and there's no need to suppress them, because of judgment or perceived judgment. So I feel like if I can be a catalyst for someone being honest with not only other people but themselves, then I'm hopefully can do that.
Right. Now, were there singers, who were the ones that inspired you when you were coming up? I know that you're Canadian, so I know Justin Bieber's got to be probably the biggest thing going, right, in Canada?
Definitely. Yes, I love him.
Who who were the artists that you grew up kind of looking up and saying, I want to be that person?
Oh man, so many different artists. I mean, I grew up just loving all types of music. I'm a music fan before I'm an artist. So definitely Justin Bieber was one of them. So many other Canadian artists. I mean, Alanis Morissette and Drake, of course. I love him so much. Nelly Furtado. But then, outside of Canada, I grew up loving Amy Winehouse and Nina Simone and Erykah Badu and all these soulful women who were just extremely honest in their songs. I remember hearing some of Amy's music and being like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she said that," or out loud. It was like so open. It's like you're looking through a glass window when she writes. So I feel like I've definitely taken a lot of inspiration on that end.
Yeah. In fact, when I saw the cover of your album, there is some Amy Winehouse resemblance there. So that was maybe inspired.
Totally, yeah. I like look up to her so much. I mean, the song Shapeshifter, I got to write with the person who produced all of her music, pretty much, Salam Remy, who's a legend. So there's a lot of Amy elements around that song for sure.
Yes. Well, now as the world gets back to normal and you come to the States and you're in Chicago, make sure you stop by Windy City Live, okay?
Yes, I would love to. I can't wait to be back there. I love Chicago.
Yes.
So I'll
Alessia
definitely try to see you
Cara,
guys.
thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
Sweet Dream and Shapeshifter are now available to download on all streaming platforms.